You've heard the topic of mindset quite a bit, probably in your life. And one of the areas of focus to get to financial freedom is focusing on mindset. And have you ever wondered if you could shift your focus on where you have your attention, could that change the direction of your life? Today, we're going to talk about that, and I will give you a handful of tips that you can leverage today to create instant change to accomplish anything you want. It could be a big goal, like moving towards that new business, maybe that new passive income journey. It could be as simple as realigning your schedule to give more time to your kids, your family, personal hobbies. You could leverage this for anything you want. So today we're going to give you a few basics to focus on. The areas where we'll talk about today are emotions and state management. What do I mean by that? Well, our life is defined on how we react emotionally to different events that happen in our life. For an example, have you ever seen two people experience the same event and have completely different reactions? We can use professional athletes. You can see one professional athlete, they may win a game and one of them is incredibly excited. You could see another professional athlete like a LeBron James. He may say, it's just another game. Interesting concept that one person gets very excited, another person says, it's just a game. Well, your life is no different. The things and the circumstances that happen in front of you, you have a choice on how you react to those events. And when you're going through the financial freedom journey, we have to understand that nothing is perfect. Nothing is as simple as sometimes it may seem. The ability to move forward on a daily basis with your headspace makes the world a difference. So as an example, if you're thinking about your emotions and your state management and you say, how can I apply this to what we're talking about today? Think about areas in your life where maybe you have felt anxiety. We'll use that as an example. Maybe anxiety on getting started on something. Think about that. Obviously, the best way to get through something where you haven't started is you have to address the root cause of the anxiety. Why are you getting the anxiety? What creates the anxiety? What are the circumstances surrounding the event? Is that event so significant to you that you have to respond in that way? Could you make a choice to respond to that event in a different way? Maybe you've always wanted to take the first step of starting a business, but you have anxiety that you may feel unworthy. That is the feeling that you get. And because you feel unworthy and you have the anxiety associated with that unworthy feeling, you don't do anything because you don't feel like you deserve it deep down. What if you chose to change that narrative in 2 minutes? So when you get that feeling, ask yourself some questions. You could say some simple questions. Is there evidence of similar people with a similar background that have started businesses before? It's a yes or no question. The answer is yes. There always has been someone who has been worse off than you or just as the same position as you that has gotten started. Second question. Are there people that have started those businesses in the similar circumstance that have accomplished the goals with those businesses that I've wanted to accomplish? It's a yes or no question. The answer will always be yes. There is someone in a similar circumstance or a worse circumstance that has started the business you have wanted and gotten exactly, if not better, results than you could have ever wanted. Just by asking those two questions, then you can ask one more. Is there any reason that I would not be just as capable as that next person who came from a similar background with similar experience? And the answer is, of course you are capable of it, because there is evidence. that someone else has done it. And when you think about changing state management and emotions, all you need is evidence. That evidence can come from you. That evidence can come from like and similar type of people that have done the work. That evidence can come from a variety of places. All you need is some form of evidence. And once you can identify that evidence, then you ask those questions and say, based on the evidence in front of me, it's fair to say that I am capable of doing this and that I can take immediate action on doing the activities. And I don't have to feel that anxiety. And easier said than done, I recognize that. But it's the practice of stating these questions to yourself on a daily basis that creates the long-term change. All you have to do is give yourself challenging questions. Ask yourself for evidence. Prove it to you that you are capable of doing it. Because if you can change the narrative in your brain, you can change the outcome that you want to receive. Because the next step of that emotion and state management is to, once you remove the negative emotion, is to think about ways to excite you. So you can change anxiety to an excitement, as an example. Did you know that excitement and anxiety trigger the same chemical and responses in your brain? It's identical. You get excited, you may get sweaty, you may have the adrenaline urge in your body. Well, guess what? You get the same thing from excitement. Very fascinating. So if we just can control our emotional reactions, you can change a lot of outcomes. And think of this beyond just anxiety. You can learn how to manage emotions in terms of how you respond to your kids when they upset you. You can use this for significant others. You can also use this for challenging things. Like if your car breaks down and you normally let it ruin your day, why does it have to ruin your day? It's an inconvenience, but it's an emotional response that you have determined it would ruin your day. So these are just a few basics. Again, mindset really is 80% of this journey. So we could spend hours on this topic because really it is what you believe. It is your state management that determines if you can do this or not. If you've enjoyed this content, stay and hang on for my next video. We are going to dive even deeper into mindset, and I'll give you some additional tools where you can spend some time getting yourself primed and ready to go to take your leap to the next step. Stay tuned.